Hello again, back here with Doom Eternal, and this time what I've been enjoying doing is tweaking some settings to try to get it to look as close as possible to what we saw in the trailer for Doom The Dark Ages, the new Doom game that we're getting in 2025, and I'm really happy with how it's looking so far. As you can see, it's a different, kind of more muted, more old looking colour palette. I've put a skin on the Slayer which in my opinion gets as close as we possibly can currently to what we saw in the trailer, and I've changed some of the weapon skins as well to give it that kind of ancient, old, slightly kind of medieval feel and look to them, and I think it's working pretty cool. So I thought I would show you what things have changed just to see if it's something that you would like to apply to Doom Eternal, because if you really liked what you saw in the trailer, then it's something that you can maybe enjoy in the current game, to just replay through it with maybe different aesthetics and maybe in a different way as well. So without further ado, let me just quickly show you what things have added here. So for the Slayer, I chose the bronze skin. In my opinion, it's definitely the closest thing to what we saw in the trailer, and I think also it looks amazing. Podium, it had to be something ancient, something demonic. The Sentinel podium absolutely nails that. Now, for weapon skins, for the combat shotgun I went for classic, plasma rifle I went for Hellforged, rocket launcher I went for gold, super shotgun I went for the Lux, and I think it looks amazing. It has that kind of really old feel about it, but in a regal kind of way. Chain gun went for gold, ballista went for ray tracer, heavy cannon went for gold, and the BFG fits it perfectly, went for sigil. It has that kind of great thematic look about it to what we saw in the trailer as well. And obviously the thing that helped loads in terms of color palette was messing around with some of the video settings when you go to HDR calibration. So here you can see what I did for brightness, saturation, and some of the other settings, which allowed the look of the game to have this kind of washed out, high contrast, kind of old look to it, which is very similar to what we saw on the trailer. So I think it's really, really cool, and I'm really happy with how it's looking so far. And I think to showcase some of it, it would be good to go to a level which has those kind of themes that we saw again in the trailer at the weekend. And the best one, in my opinion, would be something like Imora. It has very similar things within it to what we saw in the trailer. It's got the mechs, it's got the dragons, it's got the demons obviously, but it's also got this kind of barren, ancient looking landscape. And I think it really showcases, I think, some of these changes that we've done to the graphics. So you can see how it kind of can get a little bit close to what we saw in the trailer. So I'm just going to let it play, and then I'll show you how some of the weapon skins look also. I think the skin looks amazing. I think it looks amazing. Really close in color and tone to what we saw in the trailer. Those kind of landscapes, they look quite similar to some of the things that we saw. Got this massive demon as well. Obviously completely different timelines, but it definitely has those similar themes. You've got the dragons. some of the armor now of some of these guys coming through, those at the back with the axes, they have again that kind of feel and look, the medieval look, what we saw in the trailer. Obviously you got the mechs. Such a cool intro.
Come, brothers! Let hell tremble before our might!
By Hell's law, if the Dark Lord is defeated in ritual combat, any demon outside his realm will be destroyed.
As you can see, I'm playing also without a HUD. And I would recommend you do that to really just get all of the amazing graphics and atmosphere. And it really focuses your eye onto the weapons, in my opinion, because there's nothing else to distract you. And the weapons look amazing with this kind of contrast and the kind of tweaks that we've made to the graphics. Look at the super shotgun, I think looks amazing. And even though we chose gold skins for some of the weapons, because of the change of saturation that we've added in, they actually look more bronze-like, and they have this kind of more ancient, regal look to them, which I think works really well. I think they look amazing. Combat shotgun, and obviously the BFG looks incredible. So a way, for example, that you could play the game is to do things that we saw in the trailer. So maybe not using traversals, not using the meat hook, but focusing more on hand-to-hand combat, not being afraid to use maybe super weapons, but focusing on being more on the floor and taking the battle to the demons. So if you wanted to play Doom Eternal in a slightly different way, that's something that I would suggest doing with these kind of graphical settings, and it maybe just gets you to enjoy this incredible game in a slightly different way, being a little bit truthful to what we saw obviously in the trailer. And we're only obviously doing what we can with what we have in this current game, but I think it gets pretty close in terms of aesthetics and feel to it. So yeah, have fun, and can't wait for the next installment in the Doom franchise. Thanks for watching, catch you all very soon.